This week, we tell the unique story of John List, a man abused in his childhood who grew up to become a perfectionist at any cost. When the pressure to fulfill this lifestyle became too much, he snapped and went on a family killing spree, then took off for 18 years. And if it weren't for John Walsh and America's Most Wanted, we may not be telling this story today. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. Some kids are on the nice list, some kids are on the naughty list. But stick around and see what happens when the kids are the target of this list. This is Necronomipod.
We got old wrestling next week.
Yeah,
You guys excited about that?
very excited.
I am. That's super fun. I love going to that.
Been going to that for a long time now.
You've been going, I think, even longer than any of us with
Yeah.
Beardology.
Way back in the day.
Going back to the archives of Necronomipod with
Yeah.
Beardology.
That's going back to living in Parma days.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
I remember last year at Old Wrestling Day, they have a gimmick with these British wrestlers. Mm-hmm. And Mike got a chant going of "Your Queen's Dead" right after the Queen died. It was fucking awesome. We got it going.
The best part was that the wrestler in the rings, like it was an American guy versus an English, and the English guy was the heel.
Yeah.
And he sold it. He heard us all chant. I mean, it's not a big venue, but he heard us all chanting it and he sold it. And he like flopped on the ground and was like crying and sobbing. And then like once he stood up, even the ref like looked in our direction and was like, "That's fucking awesome." That was a good time.
Because you did it. And then you like kind of stopped. And I'm like, no, you got to keep going. You got to get that going, man. That's fucking fantastic.
I think I even said like, "Oh, should I say this?"
Yeah,
And
like,
you're
go,
"Yes,
go,
you should."
go.
And like
That's
that is
awesome.
not something I would ever do until there's some alcohols, and I was enough alcohols. And then it also doesn't hurt when Just Brew Jared's right next to you, and he's down for all
down
that
for
fun
whatever,
stuff.
yeah.
So he just took over with it too. And we had the whole place chanting, "Your Queen's dead, your Queen's dead," and he worked with it, which was awesome.
That was awesome.
He didn't have to do that. We're just drunk dipshits.
Yeah. Drunk sponsor dipshits.
He didn't know that though.
He didn't, probably not. We need one this year. Meghan Markle. Meghan.
We don't know if they're going to be there yet, Dave. Let's wait and see. Yeah, that was a good time. That and then always watching Ian when his favorites are in the ring forget that it's all a work, and he gets really pissed when somebody loses.
That happens every once in a while.
What do you? No buffalo chicken sandwich this time, pal.
No, I'm out on that.
They sell at this venue a Dynamite buffalo chicken sandwich. At least so I've been told by Ian.
And their fries are super good too.
You can't have those either, can you?
No, I got to be healthy.
You can still chant, though.
Oh, I'll do some chanting.
The
you
king's
guys.
dead prostate.
I like how everything has to be English based now. We can't come up with anything original. Yeah, we'll see where the night takes us, but it'll be a good time. Those of you in the Cleveland area, come on out. Watch some wrestling the way it was meant to be watched.
Always
In a
fun.
small venue with a lot of body sweat going on and odor
A lot of that.
and alcohols. And I believe it's like National Drink Whiskey Day.
What?
They're promoting it as like whiskey and old wrestling.
I wonder if there'll be some prizes there. Remember last year there was that prize thing. That
Well,
I
we're
was saying?
donating to a gift thing. A gift.
No, it was like that beer thing where that guy had the like Wheel of Fortune thing. Remember that?
I don't.
Pal, I have zero recollection of that.
Oh, it was
It was like a craft beer.
A beer vendor was there,
Yeah.
like spinning the wheel, giving out free
Oh,
beers.
where was he at?
He was
By the merch?
by the bar in the back, giving
Oh.
koozies, free beers.
Yeah.
I remember. I didn't go up to him. You guys did.
It was a
Yeah.
local, I think, craft brewery or something.
Somebody won like a
Doing
free
samples.
beer or a T-shirt or something
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool. I don't remember.
Yeah, I was sitting there hitting my vape and eating my sandwich, and like, I'm gonna go spin that wheel.
That looks fun. I'm gonna go spin that wheel.
I want a T-shirt.
That's a cool neighborhood. Like a couple doors down, there's a bar, the Millard Fillmore Bar, dedicated to
Presidential Library.
Presidential Library for Millard Fillmore, who I'm not sure deserves a presidential library, but what the fuck?
Well, he deserves a dive bar at
Deserves
least,
a dive bar.
right? And he's got
A
one.
couple doors down the other direction is where Danny Green, Irish mobster's home that they blew up with him in it was at.
Yeah.
So it's a cool old Cleveland historic neighborhood.
Wish it was a little closer to us. Alas,
That's on the other side of town, yeah.
what are you gonna do?
It's always a good time.
Yeah.
A lot of booze, weeds.
Fuck yeah.
Remember you threw up a couple years ago?
You did.
I did.
Walking out of the place.
I don't know what happened to me. Like I have a very strong gag reflex, and if I cough too much or something, I just start throwing up. And
Was that the same year you were singing in his ear?
Yeah, because I think that was the only year he was down and out. Just on the side of the building, just bleh.
I hadn't consumed enough alcohol to throw up. I just something happened, and yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it happens. We've all been there. And at least it wasn't in the car, right? You did it
Or in the
in an
venue.
appropriate place.
Or in the venue.
Exactly. In
Or
the
on
ring.
the- in
Can
the
you
ring.
Do it in the ring. Like, don't worry, I'm a sponsor. It's fine. I'll clean it up. We don't condone that. We won't be doing that.
No,
Which is why we won't be partaking in all the whiskey activities.
probably not.
Stick to those Diet Millers. They're easier on our gentle tummies.
You can go for the long haul.
Yeah.
I'm here for a
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
That's right.
It's what I always tell people when they're like, oh, you want to, well, not anymore because, I'm 38 years old. But when they used to be like, you want to shotgun a beer or bong a beer? I will immediately throw up if I chug a beer. I am not a sprinter. I am a marathon runner. You want to drink all day? I'll drink all day. You ask me to start chugging, I'm going to throw up instantly.
Agree. We're
Anyways.
professionals.
Something like that. So wrestling. That'll happen next week. We'll provide more updates
518,
as,
Cleveland, Ohio.
yeah.
Greatest city in the nation.
Does it start at like 8 p.m. or something?
It's
8:30?
early. 7:30, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's usually over.
It starts
by-
fairly early. 7,
by like
7:30.
10,
Yeah.
by like 10.
Yeah, it's early.
Yeah. Which gives us time to go back to Millard Fillmore's.
That's right.
Have a nightcap and then go home. So, all right. Well, what do we got tonight? This is a different story.
Yeah, last week when we did Keith Reinhardt, there was the Unsolved Mysteries episode about him. And I was just kind of thinking about like famous unsolved mysteries type things that were on TV. And this one popped in my head. I'm like, let's cover this story because this is fucking wild.
So when I grew up knowing this name as some guy that, did what he did and was never found, until
Until he was found.
he was. But the whole time I was a kid, you're like, we knew this name. We knew he was the guy that did this. And it was just like one of those crazy things that he got away. And
You saw it culminate.
yeah, for sure.
John List was born on September 17th, 1925 in Bay City, Michigan to John Frederick List and Alma List. John's father was super old when John was born. He was 61 years old, while Alma was only 23 years old. Something wrong here.
61 and 23.
61 and having a kid?
Who does this guy think he is? Leonardo DiCaprio? Fucking, doesn't Al Pacino have a big, and he just had a kid, right? Pacino and De Niro.
Yeah, they're like 80, both of them.
Huh, next thing you know, they'll both be running against each other for president.
John's father was born in 1864, and society had historically progressed a lot between 1864 and 1925.
A little bit.
Yeah, but John's father was stuck in the 1800s. The List family subscribed to a Lutheran offshoot called Missouri Synod, which is one of those religions that takes the entire Bible and views it as a word-for-word truth.
Like you lived in a whale for 3 days?
That absolutely happened.
Of course it did.
It's written there. It's right
Yeah,
there.
Sure. Course.
There's some really dark shit in the Bible. A lot of physical punishments towards kids and women.
Don't they literally chop up a prostitute and mail her in 12 pieces across the country to...
Well, you're being crass.
I think we covered that in Bible Babble, if I recall.
Yeah, there were some Bible babble times when I would be editing those episodes and I'm listening to you talk about, or listening to the Bible thing. And I'm like, okay. And then out of nowhere, it's talking about like rape and this, that, and the other. I'm like, what happened here? What's going on?
Well, that's weird.
So John's father wasn't a great guy. He was very, very abusive, very much a perfectionist. And on the other hand, Alma was very overprotecting of John in what seemed like a way to make up for how strict his father was. The family lived in a small home in Bay City, which was a very blue-collar town. John Frederick was a relatively successful businessman, and he literally beat it into John's head that the family image should be protected at all times. Everything had to look perfect, clean-cut, serious, and quiet. There was no time for extracurriculars. It was only work and the Bible.
That sounds like a great life. Work, Bible. Work, Bible.
No personality. You need to just be fucking quiet and look
Yeah,
as plain as possible.
sounds great. Read the Bible.
Communion. What, is there like a, do I go like to the local like cult sign up store for that?
To get a Bible?
No, not that. Just for this lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. I think you could just
Not
start
everyone who
doing
owns
it.
a Bible is like this. Let's be clear.
It's not worth saying.
This is a bit extreme.
This led John down a very isolated path as a child. He was never really able to develop any friendships. He was super smart and got really good grades, but he could never get the social part of life down. By the time John graduated high school, he wanted a rigid structure like he had grown up in. So John enlisted in the U.S. Army.
Did he buy into, and I know we'll get into like the lifestyle of what he expects, but did he get into the whole biblical part of it too? Like, did he buy into that? Like the Bible is the word,
I
period?
don't know that he bought it word for word, but he was a very religious guy.
Okay.
It was a big
Seems
part.
like it.
Yeah. The Army saw how smart John was, and pretty much like a robot he was. So John was given the role of a laboratory technician working on various testing for the Army. John was stationed in Europe during the tail end of World War II. He didn't see any fighting himself, but he did see the realities of war. After World War II, John transitioned back into civilian life, only to be deployed a second time in 1950. This time, John was to serve in the Korean War and continue his role as a laboratory technician. He was stationed at Fort Eustis in Virginia, where he met Helen Morris Taylor, a widow with a young daughter named Brenda. The two hit it off, and they were married on December 1st, 1951. I feel like you have to be a very certain type of person to hit it off with John List.
He doesn't seem like he's a lot of fun.
No.
Not a very charismatic man.
No. I looked it up. Her husband died in Korea in April of 51. So moving pretty quick here.
Maybe just filling that void, like that
I
sense of like I need someone here type of
suppose,
thing.
yeah.
And he seemed well-rounded, educated,
yeah.
had good morals, maybe.
Yeah. Biblical man.
Yeah.
I also read she had a 2-month-old that died too, alongside Brenda. So Brenda
that's a
wasn't their
bummer.
only kid, yeah.
Well, thank you for that unnecessarily tragic tidbit.
I like to have some extra facts available sometimes. Because if you go to find a grave, you can just keep clicking around people's siblings and parents.
Is that how you do your research for these shows?
Sometimes,
Find a grave and start clicking
sometimes.
around.
That's a good site, actually. If you want to know whatever happened to somebody, and then you can click on their familial relations, and
That kind of reminds me, did I ever tell you guys or talk about on the show the old Wikipedia game I used to play at work when it was real slow?
Yeah,
coworkers?
vaguely, but refresh us.
It's called like the Wikipedia challenge or something like that. So it would be on slow days, and you're each sitting there with your computer, and you would come up with a starting point and an end point. So say you would say Shaquille O'Neal and Woodford Reserve bourbon.
Got it.
You would start on Shaquille O'Neal's Wikipedia page, and only using links within his Wikipedia page, like to other Wikipedia pages,
Yep.
you had to land on the Woodford Reserve page, and whoever got there first would be the winner. Sounds dumb.
How do you count?
Kinda fun.
Just first.
It's not
So
even.
it
You
doesn't
can do as
count
many
links?
clicks as you want, but
Time
you
frame.
also time frame. But you also cannot hit the back button. So if you're Shaq and you click on like Orlando, you're now on the Orlando page. You can click on a Shaq link,
Got
but
it.
you can't hit back.
Got
And it was
it.
kind of the honor system. I mean, we didn't have people like
Sure.
judging this, but yeah, and you see how quick you can get to the other page. Don't knock it till you try it. It gets pretty intense.
That's like the.
Because then you're trying to make connections in your
Yeah,
head,
for
like,
sure.
all right, well, Woodford's made where, and then
Yeah.
did Orlando ever play in this city, or
It's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
It's
or
exactly like
whatever
that.
it's called. Yeah.
I feel like I have brought this up before because I think you said that exact thing.
I'm sure I did because that would track.
I
sure.
want people out there to go play the Wikipedia challenge and then let us know how it is. Hours of endless entertainment. And the drunker you get, it's probably better. We were at work, so we couldn't do that.
Sure,
but
that's good
I'd
stuff.
imagine if you were high or drunk, it'd be funner.
Oh yeah, it'd be super fun, huh?
Would it though? Because you'd be on the same page for 20 minutes, like,
Yeah,
I don't know which
that's-
one to click.
Reading the just
You're like,
reading
I
the
didn't
page.
know that, man. That's fucking cool.
He just becomes an expert on Shaquille O'Neal.
That's right. What
He just
game are we
reads
playing,
the
man?
whole fucking page.
Sounds like Tommy Chong. What are we doing, man? Dave's not here.
All right, have at it, folks. Let us know how it goes. Maybe we'll play that on a bonus show, like on Patreon one day.
That's not bad.
That could be fun.
Could be fun. Also, isn't the end of World War II, the time period before Korea, an odd time? Like this huge war
The war to end all wars.
ends in 45, and 5 years we're drafting. And
Hey,
all those.
by the way, we're gonna need you to come back in.
Yeah. Millions of people in Korea as well.
Like I always thought of it looking back as like a time where like you're finally just like, like relief, happy times. I'm gonna live my life. I'm in my country.
Yep.
And then you're shipped right back out. Like essentially what we got in the 50s is how you feel like they would be in like 45, 46, 47.
Yeah.
And then boom.
Well, people forget. Like that's why they call it the Forgotten War. People don't even really. Most people don't know anything about the Korean War. Most people couldn't point out Korea on a map, and yeah, they don't know a lot about it.
Yeah.
My grandfather was in the Korean War.
What was it?
Yeah, I have a ton of stuff from Korea that he brought back with him, like a fucking sword and stuff, all kind of stuff. I
I
have.
bet it's really cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's interesting. There were a lot of crazy battles and whatnot in Korea, and
All of the
we lost
Asian
almost as many
battles.
people as we did in Vietnam and Korea. And,
All
and
of
most
the-
people don't know anything about it.
Yeah, that stuff's all wild. All the battles fought in Asia are some of the nastiest stuff from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, just some of the most sickening things you could hear about. From both sides. Page 1.
After the Korean War, John took advantage of the GI Bill, which was legislation from 1944 that was in part designed to help veterans pursue higher education. John enrolled at the University of Michigan and earned a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, followed by a Master's in Accounting.
I would have been a good accountant.
You?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. You're our accountant, essentially.
That is true.
That's true.
Don't give me the fucking numbers. I want none of that.
No,
I will do anything else on this show. I will not do that.
I don't want to see a single number.
No. I get
I like doing that stuff.
I'm not saying I'm a smart guy, but I will say that I get stupid as soon as you show me a number. My brain will shut off. Unless it has to do with race cars. I'm like, oh, he was 1/100th of a second off on that lap. He's closing on him though. But like, that's only because I can relate it to something I enjoy.
Sure.
As soon as you start showing me like numbers or money and stuff, I'm like, what? Say that. Explain it again to me like I'm 5.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why we got Dave. That's why we keep him around. Declan sure can't do it.
No. Declan would not be good at counting.
When I tell him to keep the books, it just means he puts away his Dr. Seuss books. He organizes them on the shelf.
He's got to clean up after himself.
Yeah, he gets a little messy.
Green Eggs and Ham.
Classic, by the way. Classic.
This is a good book. So when John entered the workforce after his service, he was in a really good spot. The family moved around a lot. John found multiple good accounting jobs that took the family around the country. They also expanded on the family with 3 more kids, Patricia, Frederick, and John Jr.
Before I forget, it figures that a Michigan alum would do something like this. That's all. Forgot to mention that earlier when we talked about his schooling.
I don't think we talked about it yet either, but I know we said clean cut, but John is like suit and tie, dark rim glasses, perfect haircut every day. Same thing. So just to have a visual.
Sounds great.
Very boring.
Yeah.
Okay, Helen, I will now be giving you the wiener. Missionary position, of course.
Well, I hope they're ready to have a baby then. 'Cause that's the only time you can do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. What's the Bible say about that? Like literally.
No condoms. That's what it says.
That's a direct quote.
I think it's
John
I think it's
Magnum.
I think it's Deuteronomy 3, line 13. Just says no condoms. And then just moves right on to the next story. About chopping up a prostitute.
And God's. That's right.
Because she didn't use condoms.
And mailing her to the 12 corners of Israel.
At this point in the story, appearances were already the most important thing to John List. That strict childhood and need for perfection trickled down to his family. John demanded that they all stay in line with him. Strict Lutheran church, everything has to be proper. Shit, like neighbors said that John would be outside mowing the lawn in a shirt and tie. Like a fucking
nerd.
Lunatic.
You nerd. So you gonna go inside and read a book? Loser. I bet he hasn't even watched Game of Thrones. Fucking nerd.
Can you imagine mowing the lawn in a shirt and tie?
Oh.
If I saw somebody doing that, I'd be like, that person is probably a psychopath.
Like, I always feel like you're wearing nice clothes too. Now they're getting all those clippings on it, and like that grass stains.
Yeah.
He's like, gosh darn it, there's grass stains on my tie.
You know, he probably washes it with something like,
Woolite.
yeah.
Or makes his wife do it, and if she doesn't get him out, he beats her.
Yeah. Helen, please wash this in woolite as the good Lord commanded.
John probably eats cream of wheat too.
Oh, he loves cream of wheat.
Just straight though,
Disgusting.
straight. No brown sugar on it or anything.
I had frosted mini wheats for dinner tonight.
I had some of that
Yeah?
last night for a
It's
snack.
so fucking good.
I haven't had a bowl of cereal in years.
I
just don't
don't
eat it.
often, but it was there, and I was like, you know what? It's going to be a thing that happens. And I did not regret it.
Those are real good.
I like it.
What concerns me is that the older I get, the less I'm worried about both sides of the mini wheat. Like, I used to love the sugar side.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm like, meh, both sides pretty decent. That's pretty good.
You're evolving as a human being.
Yeah, evolving. That's one way to put it. Dying. Dying.
It's
Let's call it like
closer
it is.
toward maturity and death.
As a human, when we say evolving, let's call it like it is. You're dying. You are working towards your inevitable death.
The second you're born, pal.
In 1965, the List settled in Westfield, New Jersey, purchasing a large Victorian mansion known as Breeze Knoll. This place was more than just a mansion. It was a statement or a symbol of how successful John wanted to be perceived. It had 19 rooms, a ballroom, marble fireplaces, and a Tiffany skylight, which the skylight was worth $750,000 in today's money.
That's just insane. Come on.
It was decorated with antiques, fine china, and expensive artwork. Each room was curated specifically to meet the persona that John wanted to portray himself as. John had a really good job at this time. He was the vice president at the First National Bank of Jersey City, but he wasn't making enough money to sustain living in a 19-room mansion. The mortgage and property taxes were super expensive, along with heating the mansion in the wintertime. The whole thing was a terrible idea. John would have had to have made double or it's like double and a half his salary to
Why'd they buy the
maintain
house?
this.
What are you buying the house for?
The appearance. He wanted to look
but
successful.
I get
it's
it,
dumb, but
it's like uber successful. Like you can buy something half that.
it doesn't
you don't
look
need
as
that.
successful.
But if you're
And do you think in his mind he thought he could make up for the income? He would continue to thrive and grow and be like, oh, I'm vice president, but I'll get promotions.
kind
and
of
I'll be president.
mortgage it now and hit it on the back end, we'll make up the difference in the future, I guess. Doesn't seem very pragmatic for somebody who...
For someone who plans.
Someone like him, yeah.
He
You're
claims
an accountant.
he claims that it was like all his wife Helen's doing, like to keep her happy, that he would just make it seem like they were doing extremely well. You know what I mean? They were super well off when they really weren't.
Yeah.
But it was more like he was trying to portray to them, like his family, that he was successful. Like saying
Because
that,
he did the finances. They probably had no idea. And he's like, oh,
Right.
yeah, we can live here. We can afford it. And I'll buy it and figure it out.
You get the feeling like looking successful was even more important to him than like the religion and the planning. It had to be the image was first.
Yeah. It's just all fake.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff. Of course. It's just nonsense.
Yeah. It was just the appearance that everything was well put together.
Yeah. The facade, if you will.
Facade.
The fake facade of the perfect Lutheran family. Oh, John List.
Wait, and this is also, we were talking earlier, Ian, like this is very much like Jose Menendez, right? He had the money, but they had to also appear perfect.
it's just weird.
The pressure that puts on the family.
The layers of John trying to be perfect is weird. Like, who
Yeah.
is John List? Does he even know
He
who
doesn't
he
know
is?
who he is. No.
Did he ever get to know who he is?
People with parents like that don't ever figure out who they really are.
From birth, he was just
Sure.
in a bubble and a shell of and
Yeah.
tunnel vision of like, this is what life is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like we said, according to John, Helen was addicted to spending money and she was a raging alcoholic. I don't know that to be true anywhere that I read, but Helen was really suffering from syphilis, which she got from her late husband before John. This was kept a secret from the outside world, which makes sense. You don't want to go around yelling to the world that you have syphilis. But John took it a step further and refused to allow Helen to see a doctor for treatment. No one was allowed to know a single thing that could embarrass John. As a result, by the 1970s, Helen's health was in a steady decline. The disease had severely impacted her mental health, manifesting in severe symptoms like hallucinations. This made her unable to help with childcare and household duties, increasing the burden on John, who was already mentally struggling to keep everything together. Also, as John would tell it, Helen was in a very deteriorated mental state and would embarrass John in front of the kids, talking about how much better the sex was with her late husband.
Oh boy.
Which that's true about syphilis. It like rots your brain.
Yeah. Al Capone rotted his brain.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. I watched some of these documentaries. I went back and watched, and she looked a little rough in the family photos, to be honest. She didn't look quite right.
It suffered with it for a long time. Just a steady decline.
All you had to do was get some penicillin, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess they didn't have any doctors in New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to yell it out to the world.
Yeah,
but
you can go to your doctor.
Yeah.
You're like,
The doctor's not going to go yell it to the world.
Yeah, it's very strange. Was he, I'm sure, resentful of her, like she wasn't, the perfect Christian idea of a wife, I'm guessing, and she's verbally cucking you, talking about how her ex-husband used to pound her vagina so much better. That can't be good. Right?
Not healthy.
It's not a healthy marriage, right?
Or allegedly in front of the kids.
The way I see it in my mind, or I envision it, is that she's suffering from hallucinations and yelling at John. I don't feel like John was abusive towards the kids or anything. I feel like he was just kind of
stern.
Yeah, but like everybody walked all over him. I feel too. I get that vibe.
Okay.
That not everybody was afraid of him. Like he just kept up this stuff to make everybody else happy.
Maybe because mom kind of, in her deteriorated mental state, sort of undermined his authority.
Yeah.
If she's, talking about getting pounded better by the ex-husband, she's obviously undermining his, head of household Christian man authority type thing, right?
And I just
Gotta be.
picture like the gears going in his head of like getting ready to snap.
Yeah,
Like
I've lost control of this situation, and
the
it's
money
not what
is
God wants
fucked.
me to do. Need a reset button here, perhaps. There's something wrong here.
John had kept things together by a thread until 1971 when he was laid off as the vice president position at First National Bank of New Jersey. I saw things saying that he was fired, also laid off. I'm not sure which one or what the reasoning was, but I mean, that's got to be a huge oh fuck moment for John, because he's already got himself into a financial situation that is
untenable, and
it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
And now
Even with that
nothing.
salary, it was not sustainable. And now with no salary.
Right.
Yeah.
John had a really hard time finding a job that would replace the vice president one. But instead of taking a job that paid less for the time being, John resorted to pretending to go to work each day. He would dress in a business suit and spend his days at local train stations or libraries, passing time until it was time to go home, faking a full day's work.
Oh, that'll work things out. It's a good idea.
And that's what I mean. Like, he's even lying to his family, like portraying the perfect, like I'm still the perfect John List.
Sure.
But no, I'm
Lying to himself. At this
Yeah.
point. Why didn't he just DoorDash?
DoorDash what?
You mean work for DoorDash?
1971, they couldn't just go DoorDash some food to people? Make some money?
No, probably not. I've read about this before, though, and in Bukowski talking about growing up. He wrote about how his dad in like the Depression era wanted to keep that image up, that he was never one of the poor ones that was laid off. He would get up every day. He was let go from work, but would get up every day and be out the door by like 8 a.m. Wouldn't come back till supper time because they had to keep that image that he was working.
It's embarrassing, sure. It's not, we've seen this before.
I think it's a very common thing
I think you're
from
right.
that era when
Sure.
it's, the man's job to work and keep that appearance up.
I think that's 100% accurate.
Yeah, there's two ways to look at that angle, and then there's Casey Anthony's angle. Like, I don't know what that was about, her faking work. Remember, she said that she was working at Disney, but she was just driving around all day.
Was that not just have an alibi because she killed her kid?
No, she had been doing that for a long time. She
I don't
showed
remember that part.
She showed like fake emails and shit.
I remember all of that. I just don't remember it being before Kaylee had even
Yeah,
been.
it was well before. She'd been lying for a long time about that.
I think that's just a lot of mental health. It's the difference between this era when it's the man's job to provide, and then current era when you're just like a young millennial who's still living with your parents. You probably don't have the image and expectation that you need to be out every day 9 to 5.
Sure.
Don't kill your kids.
Solid advice, Mike. Thanks.
In the middle of this stress, John brought his elderly mother, Alma, to live with them in the mansion. I think that if John could have gotten her an apartment, he probably would have, because it doesn't make sense to bring her into the situation. You know what I mean?
No.
He's already floundering.
Right. But he also can't tell her to go fuck herself when he's got a 19-room mansion.
Man! I have 19 rooms!
But like with the rest of the family, Alma was completely unaware of the financial problems that John was in. John had taken out a second and then a third mortgage on the mansion. Then creditors started calling, and there was a real possibility of bankruptcy and losing the mansion. So John started to dip into his mother's savings.
Hello, John. This is Mr. Hildebrand from the collections department at the bank.
Oh, is she married?
Uh-oh.
Did we just discover something?
I'm working late tonight because my wife, Mrs. Hildebrand's out fucking that cocksucker Mike Namapod.
Do you think Mrs. Hildebrandt tells him that, but then goes around looking for me because she can't actually find me?
Well,
so she puts up the facade.
That's what you say.
That is what I say. And until anyone proves otherwise, I'll have nothing to do with that old whore.
Tried to bang my wife last night. It was felt like a hot dog down a hallway situation after that Mike Namapod stretched her 75-year-old punani out.
I will have nothing to do with that lady.
Anyway, Mr. List, if you could pay your mortgage payment, I'd be grateful. Like commission, I could take my wife out to dinner.
That's going to change
Keep
everything.
her away from Mike Namapod.
That's going to change everything if she's married this entire time now, too. I don't even know how she met me. Like, I have never contacted her.
Apparently, you bank at her establishment.
I don't bank. I have people do that for me.
I don't bank.
I don't bank. I kind of do a bank.
So all of this stuff that we've been talking about, mixed with the truly obsessive need to look perfect to everyone on the outside, it sent John over. In keeping in line with who he was as a person, like this robotic, meticulous person, he planned his way out of the situation down to every last detail. John canceled all of the routine deliveries that were made to the house, like milk, mail, and newspapers, giving it the impression that the family would be out of town for an extended period of time.
Can you imagine getting milk delivered to your house? So weird, right? Milk?
I don't know. I mean, back then it was used quite often, right? Like you get what, your quart every day, 2 quarts. Like,
yeah, it's just,
it was a part of life.
I suppose.
guess. It reminds me of like old Three Stooges, like that.
Yeah.
They would do things with like their milk delivery men or ice delivery men. Like you get fucking ice delivered. That's weirder to me. Like ice delivered to your house. I mean, I guess nowadays, Dave, we're regressing. You can just, like Target will just deliver milk to you, whatever grocery you want.
Yeah. But just the fact that it was a specialized guy in a little white
milk.
uniform, just milk only. What milk?
Also, why'd they make them wear white?
Yeah,
Is that not too milky?
doesn't seem so comfortable.
Yeah. You get you eat one chili dog at lunch, just uniform's ruined. Chili dogs invent back then? When did they get invented?
Oh yeah,
You think so?
yes.
Were they too conservative? They're like, oh, I will not put chili on my hot dog.
They had chili for sure.
I know they had it, but were they putting it on hot dogs?
I mean, they had chili dogs for sure.
Okay.
Final opinion. I had a milk chute in the house I grew up in Cleveland.
What's a milk chute?
It's this little door on the next to your side door.
Where they put the milk in
Put
it?
the milk in, close the little chute.
Like helps keep it like out of the sun?
It's just a delivery spot. Yeah, and you open it from the inside.
I remember like
your
mail
milk.
chutes they would used to have.
Yeah, it's just a little box built into your house. They drop the milk in there. Oh, look, my milk's here. Let me have a glass of milk.
My aunt's old house in Parma had one still.
Yeah, I'm sure. I have not had a glass of milk in 40 years. It's disgusting. I don't
I
understand.
don't
why
think
people
milk's
drink
gross. I don't think it's disgusting at all, but I just don't have a need to drink it.
Is it not weird that you drink like a cow's milk? It's weird.
I mean, I eat cow. Why
Why are
I
you
don't
taking
know.
their milk though? It's meant for baby cows. calves, if you
Also,
will.
it's good for your bones, right? It's calcium.
Feed my veal. Don't bring it to me.
I mean, I don't know.
All right.
You're going to go eat veal, right? So what the fuck's the matter?
I just find it odd that we're like, oh, let's pick this one animal and take their milk. I don't know.
Would you not eat any other animal or drink any other animal milk?
No, I don't drink any milk. It's unnecessary. It's revolting.
I don't know if it's revolting. It's not bad.
It's weird. Why do we drink milk?
But of all the things we eat, why is it milk where you draw the line?
I don't know.
Of all the things.
I just find it odd.
Huh.
Why do humans drink the milk from a cow? Why did that start? Why do we do that?
Probably a farming thing, right? They're
weird.
there, then you just milk them. And
I don't know.
I always like the memes of like the first guy who ever discovered that you could milk a cow, and he's like, "Well, how do you explain this to everybody else?"
Exactly.
That you figured this
That's
out?
what I'm saying. Who was the first one? Who was the innovator
That's
there?
a fun story that I want to get
I'm
to the bottom
cow
of.
milk innovator. I just started pulling on these teats and feeding it to my family.
Yeah, like talk to somebody, be like, all right, this is gonna sound super weird, but it tastes really good.
But hear me out. Look, here's the thing. First, drink this. Let me know what you think. Then I'll tell you how I got it. But you put milk in cereal, right? Like, is it weird if you do that?
I do.
I mean,
Just use almond. I use almond milk for.
Yeah, we have almond milk sometimes.
I don't think I've ever had almond milk.
It's good.
I would try it. I have nothing against it. Does it taste similar, different, better? I mean, you like it better?
Seems to me the viscosity is a little bit higher. It's very thick, I think.
I don't think I'd mind that.
I don't have a very, I've had the almond milk. I don't know. I just don't drink milk. I don't eat cereal, so
I'm just trying to think, like, next time I have a bowl of Frosted Mini Wheats in 4 years, maybe I want to try almond
try
milk.
the almond milk. Try the soy milk.
Oat milk. It's
Try the
good,
oat
too.
milk.
I'm going to run train on the milks. Bring them all. Bring me all the milks. I'm just going
Let's
to
have a taste test.
fucking Kurt Angle that shit. 7 people out there got that Kurt Angle reference. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How frustrating can it be when you really need to say something or get something off your chest, but don't? Holding it in can be the absolute worst. It certainly doesn't help your mental health. We all carry around different stressors, both big and small. When we keep them bottled up, it can start to affect us negatively. Therapy is a safe space to get things off your chest and to figure out how to work through whatever's weighing you down. Therapy can be a great opportunity to explore coping skills and what might work best for you, because it can be really helpful to have some positive coping skills in your back pocket and to be able to set boundaries that are going to allow yourself to be the very best version of you. Coping skills aren't just for those of us who've experienced major trauma. So, if you're thinking of starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time, no additional charge. Get it off your chest with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/necro today and get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/necro.
It seemed like John had been working on this plan for quite some time, because the way he had been moving money around between accounts didn't look like someone who was trying to start a new life. He had been, siphoning money from his mother's savings account.
As Led Zeppelin might say, he's buying a stairway to heaven.
Boom.
He then contacted the schools of his kids and told them that the family would be traveling to North Carolina due to an illness in the family. On the morning of November 9th, 1971, after the kids were in school, John walked into the kitchen where Helen was sitting at the table, drinking her morning coffee. Without warning, John shot Helen in the back of the head with a 9mm, killing her instantly. After killing Helen, John walked up to the 3rd floor of the mansion where his 84-year-old mother, Alma, lived. Again, without warning, while Alma was in her bedroom, John shot her at close range to the left side of her head, killing Alma instantly.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button there.
Following the murders of Helen and Alma, John began a calculated cleanup process. He methodically cleaned the areas where the murders had taken place, removing any immediate signs of the crimes to prevent the kids from noticing that anything was wrong when they got home from school. Patricia, who's 16, and Frederick, 13, arrived home together. Both Patricia and Frederick were shot by John as they walked into the mansion. Patricia was killed in the foyer and Frederick in the kitchen, both with the same gun that was used to kill Helen and Alma.
He spent all that time cleaning up so the kids wouldn't notice anything and then killed them as soon as they walked in the door.
That's right. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Maybe he thought that they would just take off running if they saw something.
But they've already seen, like, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
John Jr., who was 15 at the time, arrived home last. Some form of a struggle took place between John Sr. and John Jr. Based on the entry wounds where John Jr. was shot, investigators believed that he at minimum fled, like got away and was able to run, trying to avoid bullets because he was shot multiple times in various spots on his body. So John definitely hit the reset button.
God damn.
And his stepdaughter, who Helen had, Brenda, she was not here for this.
Good thing.
She survived
Wow.
this.
Was she out of the home, like already moved out, or?
That's what the impression that I got was that she did not live here.
I read she got married and
Moved out.
She was adulting. She had already moved out. Yeah.
After John had killed his family, cleaned everything up, and he dragged their bodies out and arranged them, John sat down and wrote a letter to their pastor. It's like, quote,
Dear Pastor Raywinkle, I'm sorry to add this additional burden to your work. I know that what has been done is wrong from all that I have been taught, and that any reasons that I might give will not make it right. But you are the one person that I know that, while not condoning this, will at least possibly understand why I felt I had to do this. 1, I wasn't earning anywhere near enough to support us. Everything I tried seemed to fall to pieces. True, we could have gone bankrupt and maybe gone on welfare. 2, but that brings me to my next point. Knowing the type of location that one would have to live in, plus the environment for the children, plus the effect on them knowing that they were on welfare was just more than I thought they could and should endure. I know they were willing to cut back, but this involved a lot more than that. 3, with Pat being so determined to get into acting, I was also fearful as to what that might do to her continuing to be Christian. I'm sure it wouldn't have helped. 4, also, with Helen not going to church, I knew that this would harm the children eventually in their attendance. I continued to hope that she would begin to come to church soon, but when I mentioned her that Mr. Jutsi said he wanted to pay her an elder's call, she just blew up and said she wanted her name taken off the church rolls. Again, this could only have an adverse result for the children's continued attendance. So that is the sum of it. If any of these had been the condition, we might have pulled through. But this was just too much. At least I'm certain that all have gone to heaven now. If things had gone on, who knows if this would be the case. Of course, Mother got involved because doing what I did to my family would have been a tremendous shock to her at this age. Therefore, knowing that she is also a Christian, I felt it best that she be relieved of the troubles of this world that would have hit her. After it was all over, I said some prayers for them all from the hymn book. That was the least I could do. Now for the final arrangements. Helen and the children have agreed that they would prefer to be cremated. Please see to it that the costs are kept low. For Mother, she has a plot at the Frankenmuth Church Cemetery. Please contact Mr. Herman Shelkis, Route 4, Vassar, Michigan. He's married to a niece of Mother's and knows what arrangements are to be made. She also wanted Reverend Herman Zender of Bay City to preach the sermon, but he's not well. Also, I'm leaving some letters in your care. Please send them on and add whatever comments you think appropriate.
Hey, can we pause for a second? Like, one of the kids is 13 years old. He agreed to be cremated? Like, what does that even mean? You had this conversation with your 13-year-old. He was like, sure, Dad, I'll be cremated.
I feel like knowing the planning, this guy, he probably did have that conversation.
Think so?
Did a 13-year-old know what the fuck that meant or actually thought it through or just went along with whatever his dad was like, oh, mom wants that? Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
that's probably
It's
more
really
accurate.
a weird thing. The children have all agreed to be cremated.
It's so
What a fucking weirdo.
it's such a relaxed letter too. And like the first line, I'm sorry to add this additional burden to your work.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is that it's just like this.
Sorry, Padre, but I'm gonna have to write this letter to you.
But does it write like someone who maybe really thinks that they did the right thing and their family's in a better place?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry I burdened you, but I had to do what's best for my family.
Absolutely.
And I got us all in heaven. I had pre-sale tickets. I got us in heaven.
I got the best seats.
Yeah, I had to just go early.
It's just wild to list things that are real that people have done and make it through, like filing for bankruptcy and stuff, but being like, no,
can't do that.
my kid should die instead of me filing for bankruptcy.
My daughter wants to be an actress, but she might not be Christian
She'd be
anymore.
better
So
off-
I'm going to smoke her now so she gets into heaven.
It's better off if I murder her than her be an actress and happy in life.
And these crime scene photos are they're pretty brutal.
He fucking execution style killed his family.
Yeah, it's not great. So check those photos out. I might post one. We'll see.
Maybe do it, and then you put like one of like a two picture and put like a warning first, and then people want to scroll, they can see it.
Yeah,
Instagram might blur it anyways. I don't know.
they might.
Which you can always click to unblur it.
Yeah, I'll black bar it maybe.
Like the Ron Jeremy one.
Yeah. Yeah, sucking his own cock. We black barred it. It was fine.
It's perfect. It's a beautiful censored photo.
You don't need to see the mushroom head. You know what he was doing to himself.
Also, I don't know what will happen to the books and personal things, but to the extent possible, I'd like for them to be distributed as you see fit. Some books might go to the church or school library. Originally, I had planned this for November 1st, All Saints' Day, but travel arrangements were delayed. I thought it would be an appropriate day for them to get to heaven. As for me, please let me be dropped from the congregation rolls. I leave myself in the hands of God's justice and mercy. I don't doubt that he is able to help us, but apparently he saw it fit not to answer my prayers the way that I had hoped they would be answered. This made me think that perhaps it was for the best as far as the children's souls are concerned. I know that many will only look at the additional years they could have lived, but if finally they were no longer Christians, what would be gained? Also, I'm sure many will say, how could anyone do such a horrible thing? My only answer is it isn't easy and was only done after much thought.
Imagine worrying about book donations after you just shot your fucking kids.
Right?
Pastor, Mrs. Norris may possibly be reached at 802 Pleasant Hill Drive, Elkin, home of her sister. One other thing, it may seem cowardly to have always shot from behind, but I didn't want any of them to know, even at the last second, that I had to do this to them. John got hurt more because he seemed to struggle longer. The rest were immediately out of pain. John didn't consciously feel anything either. Please remember me in your prayers. I will need them whether or not the government does its duty as it sees it. I'm only concerned with making my peace with God, and of this I am assured because of Christ dying even for me. P.S. Mother is in the hallway in the attic, 3rd floor. She was too heavy to move. John.
Thanks, John.
Mom was a bit of a fat ass, and I couldn't pull her into the ballroom with the other family members.
I like that he just fucking snuck that in.
I don't know, man.
Don't know what.
I don't know about this this letter, the stuff I read, and that he shot John Jr. like 10 times when he struggled. Like, I feel like he might have felt that.
Yeah, I think he did.
Well, in all fairness, John struggled.
Yeah.
Who was he to struggle? You're supposed to take your bullet wound in the back of the head, execution style, and die.
I watched the Forensic Files reenactment, and it's something like his wife is just sitting in the kitchen. And he surprised her. She's like, oh, and just caps her in the side of the head. Then goes up to mom upstairs. She's like, oh, John. Fucking blasts her in the head. Oh, my God, dude. I don't know.
I don't believe his letter at all. I think it's bullshit.
Really?
I think this is all an excuse because if he really thought he was doing the right thing and everyone was going to heaven, why not just kill yourself?
Can't get into heaven if you kill yourself.
Well, I don't want to spoil the whole story, but
I was wait till the end.
Yeah,
to
we'll
get
get
to
to
mine, 'cause
the
I
end.
kind of
All
want to talk that through a little bit.
right.
I will say though, he could have done the right thing and put a Bible next to all their bodies, like former world heavyweight champion professional wrestler did before he slaughtered his family.
Oh, man.
He at least put Bibles next to him and covered up their bodies.
Have some decency.
Yeah.
Give him the Benoit treatment, motherfucker.
John covered them up. I don't know that he covered up his mom.
He did. He put him under like sleeping bags in the
Yeah.
ballroom.
So he did give him that Benoit treatment almost.
No
Which-
Bibles, but he drugged them all into the ballroom and covered them.
It's an extra level of creepiness to that for me. And I don't know why, but just like having the covered, like you took the time, because that's what Benoit did too. He covered up his wife and his kid and put a Bible next to him. Like you took the time to do that after you murdered them brutally. It's eerie. It's extra eerie.
It's like calculated post-mortem activity that shows you're not like you're just acting methodically. You're not
like you knew how
concerned
wrong
that
it
you
was.
knew what you were gonna do.
You
You're
know
not-
it's bad. You know someone's
Yeah.
going to find that body.
That's right. You
But
made-
then Benoit went down and killed himself. Obviously didn't cover him, so he hung himself with the his fucking weight machine.
yeah. Well,
but
he's not in heaven, so
Yeah. That's what did it. It was that. It wasn't the killing of the other people. More of that on Chris Benoit, which I believe is available in our free archives, right?
Yeah.
Go check it out.
If you haven't already, what are you doing?
In the last two small details, just to even further show how calculated this whole thing was, John cut his face out of every single photo the family had in the mansion, so police would have a hard time making a wanted poster with his face on it. Second, before leaving, John turned down the thermostat in the mansion. That way decomposition would slow down, confusing the time of death. After everything was done, John drove to JFK Airport, parked his car, and just blended into the crowd. Then he used public transport and vanished into his new life.
Wow.
And he said that he specifically did that because he figured that the police would think that he got on a flight going across country or going to another country or going somewhere, flying out of town.
Sure.
When really he just hopped on a bus and
Smart. I read that he turned on some classical music radio station as well. When the cops found him, it was more like the funeral dirge music. So who knows?
When the cops found his car,
No, when they went into the house, like he turned on classical radio station in the
house.
house when he left. But I saw cops interviewed, and they said it was more like a funeral dirge, soundtrack. Who knows?
the murders weren't discovered until December 7th, nearly a month later, by Patricia List's drama teacher. I had read that this drama teacher was having an inappropriate relationship with Patricia, and when he started to get worried, he went over to the List's house. He looked around, and to him, the place looked abandoned. A couple days went by, and when Patricia still hadn't been seen, the drama teacher urged her friends to call the police. If he's having this relationship with her, it would look weird if he called the police himself.
That's weird because I read accounts that the neighbors noticed their lights were on, for weeks on end, and they didn't see anyone over there, and they just never shut off or anything, and bulbs started burning out. It's really odd the different accounts of things
Yeah.
and stories, but yeah.
Also, the mindset of a guilty person, like a concerned teacher calling the cops, is not that odd at all.
Yeah, right.
But when you're fucking diddling a kid, you're like, well, it would look weird if I called. I can't do that.
Yeah, it's all about context, I guess.
Like if you were a teacher and you were concerned about the health and safety of a kid, I would imagine you would call.
Yeah.
I would hope you would.
I also read that the kids' schools were pretty listless once the kids stopped showing up.
Oh man, too soon. Too soon.
The case pretty much went cold immediately. Police had no idea where John had fled to. Every once in a while, a tip would come in where someone would say that they had seen John, but none of those tips panned out. As years passed, new detectives would take a look at the file and kind of take a crack at it, but it never went anywhere. In May of 1989, America's Most Wanted featured John List. How the story goes is that John Walsh wanted to run the story. He's the guy who is the host of America's Most Wanted.
He sings Rocky Mountain Way, right? Spent the last year Rocky Mountain Way. That's him, right?
That's him, yeah.
All right, got it. Cleveland's own John Walsh.
Cleveland hero Joe Walsh. Mike,
Oh,
I think that's who you're thinking of.
oh.
James Gang, the Eagles.
I know Joe Walsh. He was
Kent
the star of the
State.
Drew Carey show. He was on the Drew Carey show.
He was on the Drew Carey show.
Could have been my dad, Drew Carey.
Same Drew Carey that once dated your mom.
Let's leave it at that, and people go back in the archives and find that episode. And that is a true story. 2 dates. Dad? You have a show?
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks.
The producers felt that it was too old of a story and it would negatively affect ratings. John Walsh said that there were rumors that John could have been D.B. Cooper, so that he could tie in that and maybe make the story more interesting, to which the producers agreed.
Like, yeah.
Because he does fit the bill of
He
D.B.
does.
Cooper.
The timeline lines up.
The glasses, the suit,
Yeah.
all of it.
Except thou shall not steal. So this guy couldn't be him.
That's true. He would never break a commandment. It's in the Bible.
John's never done a bad thing ever.
Thou shall not put a cap in the side of your daughter's head, but
But he didn't kill himself, though, Dave, because he couldn't get to heaven then.
couldn't get to heaven. Technicality.
A big part of the segment on the show was having forensic artist Frank Bender create an age-progressed sculpture of what John would have looked like in present-day 1989. Wanda Flannery was watching that specific episode and was like, hey, that clay bust sure looks like my friend's husband. Wanda was good friends with a woman named Dolores Miller. 4 years earlier, in 1985, Dolores had fallen in love with a man named Robert Peter Clark. Robert had relocated to Virginia from Denver, Colorado. He was a super straight edge, by the books guy, very religious, and loved the Bible word for word. That is exactly who Dolores was looking for.
Sound like anybody we know?
Wanda told Dolores about the America's Most Wanted episode, and Dolores brushed it off. She didn't even want to look at it. Fast forward a couple months, a rerun of the show played. Wanda was watching again, and when the John List part played, she said, fuck it, I'm just going to call and report this tip, because she believed Robert Clark was 100% John List. On June 1st, 1989, the FBI raided the house that Dolores and Robert Clark lived in, and sure enough, Robert was John List.
God damn.
Didn't see that coming.
And he denied it for months while I was in custody. He's like, nope, not me. Nope, not me. I think they hit that fingerprint database from, the military, and they're like, I think it's you. Finally, he's like, yeah, it's
I
me.
think it's you.
I think it's you.
It's you. Like the Larry David. I think you sucked his dick. Isn't that the therapist in the car?
When she saw him in the car, he's like, I think you blew him.
I think you blew
He
him.
starts punching him.
Beating him with the book. He's
Beating him with the book.
"Ah." He falls to the ground. Blew
I
him.
think you blew him.
John's trial started in the spring of 1990 in Union County, New Jersey. On April 12th, 1990, he was convicted of 5 counts of first-degree murder. At his sentencing, John denied direct responsibility for what he had done. He said, quote, I feel because of my mental state at the time, I was unaccountable for what happened. I ask all affected by this for their forgiveness, understanding, and prayer. The judge responded with, quote, John Emil List is without remorse and without honor. After 18 years, 5 months, and 22 days, it is now time for the voices of Helen, Alma, Patricia, Frederick, and John F. List to rise from the grave. He imposed a sentence of 5 terms of life imprisonment to be served consecutively.
Woohoo!
USA! USA! USA!
I like those harsh words from the judge.
Yeah, fucker.
You were without remorse and without honor.
100% without honor.
Just a selfish piece of shit.
Yeah, piece of garbage.
John eventually showed a degree of remorse. He said, quote, "I wish I had never done what I did. I've regretted my action and prayed for forgiveness ever since." When asked why he had not taken his own life, John said that he believed suicide would have prevented him from going into heaven, and he hoped that he would be reunited with his family.
Because he didn't kill himself.
Yeah, once he died.
Yeah, sure.
Once he had the luxury of living a full life.
That's right,
To
with
go
his
get
new family.
Yeah.
Hi, kids. It's me, Dad. Remember me? I'm in heaven now, too. Isn't that Jesus swell guy?
He might be one of the most irritating people we've ever covered.
Yeah.
He is just a selfish,
I thought you
like no spine fucking piece of shit.
This idea that you'd rather have your kids dead than on welfare or somehow less
Yeah.
wealthy or poor or however you want to phrase it is just so self-centered, and it's completely about him and his perspective and how the world views him versus anything about the well-being or caring about what happens to his family.
Right, because this is just my opinion that it would be like a Benoit situation where if you were really gonna, like, this is what you wanted, you would probably kill yourself too.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go start a whole new life.
Any normal person cannot live 18 years and looking at themselves in the mirror every day after putting bullets in the side of their kids' heads.
Right.
Right?
And their mom and their wife.
Yeah, it's just, come on.
Yeah. I think that's absolutely correct.
I think John got himself into a situation, a financial situation that he had no way to get out of, and he figured that this is the best thing to do. Not for religious reasons, but for selfish.
Yeah, because if he sticks with the family, he's got a burden, a financial burden, and he has to declare bankruptcy with the house, and they have to go rent an apartment in, the slums of Jersey City somewhere or wherever, and it's a whole thing. But if he kills them all, he can just flee town, go get a job as an accountant somewhere else.
Starts anew.
He's back in middle class John Lisk or Robert Clark, and
without all
he's
those,
free and
without all those
clear.
hanger-ons to worry about, your children.
That's right. That baggage is gone. He's not poor anymore. He's supporting himself, and he's a middle class guy again.
Look, I feel like right now, the book of John List was studied and read by Casey Anthony. She's like, hey, I get this. Get rid of that baggage and let's move on and start anew. She was more looking for that party life. He was looking for the upper class life.
I don't think that's what happened, Kate. I think she probably drugged her kid one night and went a little bit too far.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was just making a joke, but yes.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, didn't she used to give her Xanax? Is that Zanny the nanny?
I think she just overdrugged her one night. I don't think there was
Oh,
malice.
so simple. It was as simple as that. It was a simple accidental overdose of your toddler child.
I don't think she planned on killing her kids. That's what I mean.
We covered
that
that one.
foolproof suffocation Google search is pretty wild, but
Well,
Oh, I forgot about that. We covered that one years ago. The facts are a little blurry to me. I'm going to have to go back and review that one.
Casey, I'm morally ambiguous, so I want to see your pussy in the magazine no matter what you did or why you did it.
I never would have thought that Casey Anthony was going to hijack a John List episode. Here we are. Little Benoit, too.
So we don't believe the motive, right?
I don't.
I don't think I do either. Did he believe it? Did he try to convince himself that it was right?
Or did he just try to convince other people so he could take off?
I think it's all about perception with this guy, which is an odd thing. Were there any reports of him whoring or doing like anything that wouldn't adhere to his Christian beliefs post-murder in this 18 years while he went out west and whatnot?
It doesn't seem like he ever changed. He just changed his name and started fresh, but still as The boring ass John List.
Like a lot of these uber religious guys are just hypocritical fuckbags and, don't really adhere to this.
They're taking money from the church or they're banging their secretaries.
Sure. I'm just wondering if.
So could he have really believed all this?
Maybe.
And then got into a situation where it became a battle of his religion and his image, and then he chose his image?
Or maybe he was just too much of a coward to kill himself afterwards. And making an excuse is the best thing to do.
Or maybe he was 100% right and thought he was sending his family to heaven and couldn't kill himself and had to live out his days and die in some other manner in order to be able to get to them.
That's what I'm going with.
Like, this idea of heaven is just absurdly dangerous in some people.
Yeah.
Right? To have
Well, for the wrong people and for someone like this, yeah.
For a lot of people these days who, with this idea that it doesn't really matter what happens to you on earth because heaven's more important and, which is complete nonsense and people get one life to live. And when you're up for ruining their life on earth because you think it's all going to be fine in heaven, like that's a dangerous idea.
I mean, your
people to
idea
have.
of heaven should not affect negatively other people around you, right? Like that defeats the whole purpose of what you're supposed to be believing in and what your Christianity and faith is supposed to be about.
That's right. So when you have this
Like,
theory that all's well that ends well because you're going to be in heaven, like it's not real.
you don't get to scorch the earth and then make it to heaven.
That's right.
The whole point is to be a good person, to help others, to, do as Jesus would do.
It's a dangerous concept that people have.
Jesus helped people, and you should do that and then go to heaven.
And unfortunately, that's a concept that stretches all over the world.
That's 100% right.
Yeah.
It's horrific.
And maybe that's why I just find John List so not believable that it just doesn't register with me that you could, I don't know, actually believe that. Like for real, John List, do you actually think that they're in heaven waiting for you?
I honestly, in this situation, I think I do believe that. I think this guy
Really?
was a religious fucking kook.
I think people do believe that. But I still go back to, was this religious based or was this image based? And I think like Dave said, I think he believed it, but I also think in the end, image won out, which is then why he took off for 18 years to kind of go start again. If it was religious based, maybe he wouldn't have killed himself, but maybe he would have just turned himself in and said, hey, I did this. I'll do my penance because I know I'm going to heaven.
That's true. Why didn't he turn himself in?
If it was religious based.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a very good point. He wanted to go live his life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying he didn't not believe it, but I think there's a selfish aspect to it that, like, don't you think you deserve to be punished for this?
Yeah.
Maybe you should.
And the fact that he
turn
just said it
yourself
wasn't
in.
him the whole time, like lying.
Yeah.
Or like, would you think like, okay, I'll be punished now on earth. I'll have my penance and then I'll be up in heaven because I've prayed to God and I've asked for forgiveness and I'll be reunited.
Sure.
That's not what happened.
Look, this shit, mental illness, this heaven stuff.
I mean, John, there was something, the way John was raised definitely played a part into who he was. I mean, he was destined to be this like robotic
I think that's right.
person.
Well, we all kind of agree on this one.
Yeah.
Not a lot to debate, I guess.
Not really. John died March 21st, 2008. 82 years old. Lived a long and semi-fruitful life.
You know who didn't? His kids.
No, they didn't. Just this whole idea, like that his daughter wanted to be an actress, so like her dreams in life conflicted with what he thought was okay. So
Yeah, like you're not God. You don't get to make these decisions.
just that you feel like you can override people's life dreams for what you want with your stupid fucking religion is just so over the top offensive. Ugh.
It's cool that they caught him though.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for John Walsh, he would have
Fucking
lived out
John
his
Walsh,
life.
man.
And Frank Bender, that fucking bust is spot on.
Did you see it?
Almost to a T, exactly what he looked like. And I watched a documentary with Frank Bender going through like his thoughts on how this guy would view himself, and even down to the type of glasses he thought he might wear based on
Holy fuck.
his perception of himself. And he would wear these thick glasses to kind of hide behind. And literally the glasses he put on that bust are the exact same fucking glasses that they caught him, that he was wearing. It's insane.
He also reminds me of the teacher from South Park.
Mr. Hand?
Yeah. Is that the Mr. Hand? Is that the teacher?
No, that's
Garrison.
Mr. Garrison.
Mr. Garrison.
That's
Kinda how he looks
Fast
like.
Times at Ridgemont High, Mr. Hand. Mr. Garrison.
He looks like Mr. Garrison.
So yeah, I mean, if you're that Wanda lady and you see him all the time,
You're like, holy fuck, that's him.
You're like, no, that is him. Like, I'm sorry, I'm calling the cops. That's him.
And she almost didn't call. She waited months for a rerun.
But I get it though, because you don't like if I saw your face on the news, I'm like, oh, that's not gonna be Dave though. Like that, I know him.
It would be though. That's
But then,
me. I
but then
did
if
that.
you see it again, like I give her credit because
Yeah,
like how many people wouldn't call because they're just like, oh no, it couldn't be. That's not him.
That was the
Good
last
old
chance.
and she did it.
If that lady did not make that call on a rerun of America's Most Wanted, that was it. The guy got away with it. No one would have ever known.
I love that she's so into America's Most Wanted that she's also watching the reruns too.
Right.
She
I've
watched
seen this
it live
one.
and she's watching it
I'm gonna
again.
watch this one again.
Good for her.
that's got to be crazy for that Dolores lady too, to find what she thought was love late in life
Sure,
and get remarried
yeah.
to this guy, and he's just lied to her the whole time too.
I did see on the documentary, like she was at a podium doing a press conference outside of what I suspect is the police department or something, saying, I love this guy. I don't believe any of this is not him. I think it was probably pretty early on in his arrest
Yeah.
before we had
Well-
definitive proof that it was him. But
And you can't blame her,
no,
right? She
no,
didn't
it's just
know.
a little old lady, and I was like, oh God, can you imagine?
She couldn't catch a fucking break. Because you got to think, like, after the fact, she's like, I slept next to this man every night for how many years? He murdered 5 people, like cold blood murder.
They were married for 4 years.
4 years, you're sleeping next to this guy every night. No clue.
Yeah.
That's a mind fuck for her.
And she
Very
was
much
elderly
so.
at the end. Like, he fucked up her life too. He didn't kill her, but
Of course he did.
Yeah, gave her a shitty end.
yeah, just a piece of shit all the way around.
Well, I heard that lady reverted back to her maiden name, found a job at a bank, and she's been doing very well ever since, cold calling people about outstanding payments they have. So she's been doing okay.
Is she a vice president?
I don't know where her title went, but I've heard she's done well in a rebound in life. But I don't know. That's from Wikipedia. I was trying to get from Shaq to Woodford Reserve, so
Hello, Mike.
it's trying times for Mrs. Hildebrand.
She just wants that cock.
Well, apparently she did get remarried, though, right? To the, what was it? The
The debt collector.
debt collector.
That Mr. Hildebrand. She's been married for 40 years.
He's just the debt collector.
Hello, this is Mr. Hildebrand, the debt collector.
I like that he sounds young and strapping, and she's literally knocking on heaven's door.
My wife's out tonguing Mike Namapod's asshole tonight. I'm trying to make some extra money on the side. I'm calling for the bank. It seems like you have a credit card debt from 1987 you've never satisfied. So
I was one.
could we get that payment tonight?
I don't think I could legally have signed up for a credit card at that point.
I did find Brenda
Oh yeah.
on findagrave.com or whatever this
Oh,
site
she's
was.
dead too. Damn.
Brenda died in 1993 at age 51, buried in Michigan. She did not have a long life.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Find a Grave's pretty wild. You can find all kind of stuff on there.
Everybody.
I found. Remember last week we talked about Tom Young.
Yeah.
That's how I found what year he was born. I couldn't find his birthday, but I found the year off
There
his
you go.
grave.
There you go.
How do you confirm it's them, though? Like, just because sometimes you're buried
They have
way out
pictures and
or
stuff.
Yeah, people take pictures.
You
of
can
them.
link to family members and stuff. It seems pretty accurate.
I mean, I've been on Find a Grave, but I've never like explored it, or I've never thought to use it for research.
There's a lot of the Jonestown ones on there too. It's
Is there?
interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked at celebrity grave sites and stuff like where like pro wrestlers' graves and stuff on there, but
Is Mr. Muggs on there?
unfortunately, I'm
think
not
so.
sure he has a grave site. Maybe we should find. Can we get one for him? Can we just dedicate a grave site to him or a memorial? To
Mr.
him?
Muggs was an early hero of the show, and I feel like we don't really talk about him anymore.
Is Cleveland, Ohio, an odd place for Mr. Muggs to have a memorial? Medina, Ohio, in the square, we have a Mr. Muggs memorial. People are like, who the fuck is this guy?
Who the fuck's this random monkey?
Yeah. It's just a statue of him hanging from his bars, like just in those photos we've seen.
That's still our subreddit. That's still the banner picture of it.
Mr. Muggs?
Yeah, playing with a hose. I think it's the playing with the hose one. Oh, you can't really see it on mobile. But
This is the fan run
yeah,
one?
he's up at the top playing with a hose.
Oh, yeah. Squirting at people, right?
Yeah.
Fucking that little rascal.
Yeah, Jim used
He
to,
deserved better.
He did. And people would
did.
fucking bang on his cage and shit. Jim
Yeah.
Jones
No
would
wonder why he
threaten.
was mean when people would walk by.
Yeah, Jim said he'd put people's arm in there and let Muggs fucking rip it off.
It's not Muggs' fault. Being held captive there. And for what? To get shot in the fucking head? Not on my watch.
Pour one out.
All right. Well, on that note, any other final thoughts on John List?
No.
I'm curious if this is well known. Like, I knew this story from, this is a big deal, you know, growing up and stuff, but I think it's kind of a lost-ish story, right?
Maybe people that just know America's Most Wanted or who've watched that have heard of him. you
Yeah,
think?
maybe, but I think it's kind of a lost story. I don't know if everyone's that familiar with this story anymore. It's kind of faded over time, I would think. So
That's what I knew this from. Like the family member that had Unsolved Mysteries on all the time, like as I was growing up, also watched America's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I do specifically remember like America's Most Wanted from when I was little, where they're like doing a rerun, like, oh, this is a case we solved back, you know, whatever.
yeah,
So yeah, this just popped in my mind when we were last week when I was watching Unsolved Mysteries first. I'm like, oh shit, John List would be a good one.
The twist about him disappearing for 18 years, too, is just
like what did he do that
interesting
whole
little
time?
tidbit.
He was
Lived
just
that
living
fucking
life.
ordinary. Do you think can you just picture him getting up in the morning, looking in the mirror, like a guy that shot his kids in the face? Like, how do you do that? How do you look at yourself? How do you?
I think that answers the questions about what kind of person he probably was.
I think it does.
A responsible Christian with actual morals would have just filed the bankruptcy and fucking prayed on what they needed to do and move forward, not this shit.
Jesus said the meek shall inherit the earth, right? Nothing wrong with being poor.
Sometimes it happens.
That's why I go back to it was the image over the faith. For
That's
him.
right. Yeah.
All right, good stuff.
Scumbag poser. That's what I think.
Poser.
I haven't heard poser in a while.
Christian poser. Unfamiliar with the real tenets of Christianity. Fuck boy.
Certainly was.
Not my Jesus.
Hashtag not my Jesus.
My Jesus wouldn't kill his whole family. Fuck boy.
What do we got on the old Patreon?
We had a couple new patrons today. Thank you to new patrons. Rachel and Delicato. Mike eats corn the long way. I think that's a repeat, right?
That's the fucking Goldberg sign.
Oh, yeah. Goldberg eats corn the long way. I think we have discussed this before.
I feel like I've seen Mike eats corn the long way before.
Yeah, that's the famous wrestling sign
I
from back in
remember
the
seeing
90s. Imagine making that sign. You're just hanging over the fucking guardrail.
It was
waving
right in the
around.
front row. Yeah.
And it's been a classic for like 30 years now, right? Or what?
Yeah.
It's been a long
It's
time.
been since like 98,
It's the
99.
last time WCW was relevant.
That's what they were doing.
Janie Shay Ten Hove. Is that spell something? That's Shay Ten Hove? Shay Ten Hove. Shay.
I don't think so.
All right.
Now we're just mocking her name.
Just making sure. I don't like to miss the
I
double
know.
entendres here. Ben Hendrickson, Kate Green, Mike's personal nipple masseuse. Do you have one of those? George Leal, Randy Schwartzman, Watson Herbush, Watson Herbush, Watson Herbush.
You found that one, Dave. You got that
Got
one.
that one. Carita, Mary, Joanna Lale, Amanda Burcham, Ayler, Charlie Stroud, Lorenzo Valdez, Gemini's Cow, Lizeth Sucks, Ashley Robbins, Bobby Joe the Hobo, Talia Diaz. Dave tried to kiss me in 3rd grade. Must be my 3rd grade teacher. Fart 1, 2, 3.
Dave, she's been dead for 40 years.
Her priest. Fart 1, 2, 3. Jason Byrne, Garrett Hartman, Weed Demon. Open your blinds and let your beaver shine. It's a motto I can get behind, right?
You want to be sexually assaulted, I guess.
Ashley Johnston and Katie Ray. Thank you, new patrons. Welcome aboard. It's all kinds of fun stuff for you to do now.
A lot of content to go back through.
Years.
Ian, what do you got?
For iTunes, I have one for Monkey Face Mel, Whitney Marles, mommy of 4G. I feel like I'm going to say something wrong with this. It's 4G MZL. I don't know what that means.
I'll allow it.
That sounds just fine.
And Bobby Don Giff. Thank you guys for the awesome reviews.
Anything else on your end, Dave?
I've got one international shout out review tonight. Shah Pazov from Bulgaria. I think it might be our first Bulgarian review. So thank you so much.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Listen in Bulgaria. Fuck
I
yeah.
didn't even know they had internet in Bulgaria.
I think they do. Probably better than this country, if I had to guess.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, patreon.com/Necronomipod, necronomipod.com, and amazon.com. Search Necronomipod for all of our...
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.